Hey there, Rexburg dog owners. So, you've got a dog, and whether you're trying to figure out life in student housing with a new puppy, or you just want a dog that's a little calmer on your walks around Porter Park, you know that finding the right trainer is a huge deal. Well, you're in the right place. We're going to walk through everything you need to find a great trainer who really gets what it's like here in our city.
The whole point of this is pretty simple, really. We want you to feel totally confident when you choose a trainer. That way, your dog can really thrive here in Rexburg, you know? From just walking around near campus to actually enjoying our amazing local parks together.
All right, to get you to that confident choice, we've got to start with the basics. First up, what are the different ways to train a dog, and what do those different programs actually look like?
Okay, so the method you're really going to want to look for is called positive reinforcement. It's what all the modern science-backed trainers use. It's really just about rewarding the behavior you want to see with something your dog loves, like a treat or praise. It works, it's kind, and honestly, it just builds a way better, more trusting relationship with your dog.
So how does that training actually happen? Well, you'll usually see two main options: group classes and private lessons. Group classes are awesome for getting your dog used to other dogs and people, and they're definitely easier on the budget. Private lessons, though, are totally customized to you and your dog's specific goals. They often happen right in your own home, which is great, but they do cost more.
Now, if you need something a little more intensive, there are a couple of other choices. You've got board and train, which is kind of like a training boot camp, where your dog actually goes to live with the trainer for a bit. And then there's day training, which is a nice in-between option, where the pro works with your dog during the day and then teaches you how to keep up the great work.
Okay, so now you have a good idea of what you're looking for, but how do you actually check if a trainer knows what they're doing?
The source material really says it best right here. Think of credentials as a shortcut. They're proof that a trainer has put in the work, studied, and met a real standard for their knowledge and ethics. It helps you sort through the options quickly.
Let's try and make sense of this alphabet soup, shall we? A CPDT-KA means they've passed a big standardized test on training knowledge. KPA-CTP, that's a certification from a really well-respected science-first academy. And if you see things like IAABC or CBCC, that tells you the trainer has extra specialized skills for tougher issues like serious fear or reactivity.
And of course, we have to talk about one of the biggest factors for almost everyone, the cost. What should you actually plan to budget for professional training right here in Rexburg?
Just to give you a starting point, this is about the going rate for a single one-on-one private lesson in our area. Now, that can change depending on the trainer's experience and what you're working on, but it's a really solid number to have in mind as you start planning.
And here's what that looks like across the board. A group class that runs for several weeks might be a couple $100. A package of a few private lessons at your house, you're probably looking in that $400 to $800 range. And you can see that those really intensive board and train programs are a much bigger financial investment.
Okay, let's zoom in and get really local. A good trainer won't just teach you commands, they'll help you and your dog succeed, right here in Rexburg, knowing our rules and our best spots.
Here are the non-negotiables every dog owner in town needs to know. First, the leash law. It's simple. If you're in a public place that isn't a designated dog park, your dog has to be on a leash. Next, a current rabies vaccine is required by Idaho state law. It's also good to know that if your dog barks and barks and barks, it can actually be considered a legal nuisance. And finally, while you don't need a formal license in Madison County, you must have that rabies tag on your dog's collar at all times. So, where can you take all these new skills for a test drive? Well, Porter Park and Smith Park are perfect for practicing leash walking around real-life distractions like other people and kids playing. And when you need a safe, fenced-in area to work on things like recall, Nature's Nook Dog Park is exactly where you want to be.
All right, you've done your homework. You have a short list of trainers you're interested in. Now it's time to actually talk to them. Here are the key questions you'll want to ask.
So when you get them on the phone, be ready. Ask them flat out about their methods and equipment. You're listening for that positive reinforcement philosophy. Ask about their certifications. A really great question is, how will you tailor this plan for my life here in Rexburg? And finally, make sure you get clear answers on how you'll track progress and what the total final cost is going to be, no surprises.
When you get right down to it, putting in the effort to find good training is really an investment in a better life for you and your dog. It means walks in Porter Park are actually fun. It means you can have friends over without chaos. It just means having a happy, confident dog that's a true part of your Rexburg life. Good luck with your search and enjoy all the great times ahead with your wonderful dog.